Welcome, everyone. The Tuscan American Association, which has the goal of developing both economic and cultural relationship between Tuscany and the USA, has organized this competition for the second year in a row for students of American universities that are located in Florence and Tuscany. The essence of the competition is to capture through photography the image of Florence and Tuscany that touch you the most and that you will take home with you when your journey ends. As president of the Italian part of the Tuscan American Association, we, together with Andrea Davis, is the president of the USA part, I would like to thank you, our sponsor, the region Toscana, the Comune di Firenze represented by Assessore Tita Meucci, the University of Florence represented by Professoressa Maria Antonietta Esposito, Department of Architecture of Florence. Special thanks to our host, Giuseppe De Luca, Director of the Department of Architecture of the University of Florence, and especially Professor Maria Antonietta Esposito. I would also like to thank the member of the panel of judges for the competition, photographer Giuseppina Naso, Marco Gabbugiani, Umberto Vicentini is here, Giuseppe Cabras, the American director and the artist James Heyman, and finally the president of the panel, Leonardo Caponetti, who is a member of the board of the Tuscan American Association. Thanks also the secretary of the Tuscan American Association, Paola and Fabio. Thanks with my heart. I hope you had a very positive experience studying here in our city and the region, and you will always have a fond memory of your time with us. Hopefully, that memory will bring you back to Florence after you have achieved your personal and professional goals. Thank you. Thank you. Andrea?
I'm going to introduce.
I introduce? Okay.
Okay. Hi. I will speak with you after because we are honored to have with us the city councilwoman, Elisabetta Meucci, who's responsible for universities and research. And as you know, as Maurizio said, this event is also sponsored by the city of Florence. And since she has to leave for another event, we're just going to cut everything short and pass the microphone to her. Thank you. Thank you for coming. I know today was hard for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I am really pleased to convey to you the greetings of the Mayor of Florence, Dario Nardella, on the occasion of this second award ceremony on the photo contest, My Living Memory, organized by the Tuscan American Association, and for which I really thank the presidents, Maurizio Marcianti and Andrea Davis. Moreover, I would like to thank them on behalf of the whole Florence City Administration, precisely because this initiative is exemplary, representing in some way the synthesis of what it should be and which in fact is becoming more and more the experience of young American students participating in a study program in Florence. An experience that, if well spent, can represent a very significant phase of their formation and therefore a lasting personal enrichment. At the same time, it constitutes an enhancement for the Florentine community also from the social and cultural point of view. An enrichment on which we must all work together, starting from the decisive actions put in place by the municipality to achieve the goal of the maximum integration of these temporary fellow citizens within our community. And it seems to us that precisely in this perspective, the initiative of the Tuscan American Association is to be appreciated, since it gathers young American students and public and private institutions for a reflection on the city that has welcomed them in the light of their personal experience. For this homage that you have paid to the city of Florence, while you were congratulating to the winners, we heartily thank all those who participated in this contest. Thank you and welcome in Florence.
Thank you, Tita. And before speak Andrea Davis, I forgot to special thanks to Robert Shackford, director of the Hardy University and member of the board of Tuscan American. And thanks, Robert, for also for your students. Okay, Andrea, please.
I'm just going to rewind a little bit because I just want to begin, and we need to just begin by thanking as well the Dean of the University of Florence, Professor Alessandro Petrucci, and for hosting this. It's a sign of collaboration and a desire to see greater integration between Italian and American university students studying in Florence. And we'd like to thank Eugenio Gianni, who's the governor of the region of Tuscany, who's one of the honorary co-presidents of our association. We have two co-presidents, an American and Italian, and two honorary co-presidents. One is the president of the region of Tuscany, and the other is the U.S. consul in office at the time. We also want to thank Mayor Dario Nardello of the city of Florence, who was represented here today exactly by Ms. Meucci, by City Councilwoman May Meucci, for their precious sponsorship of this. But more than anything, we want to thank all of you, the students who are here, who are studying, who are trying so hard to integrate, to learn something about another culture, and you're going to bring that experience back to the United States with you afterwards. We have been trying to think of ways of coming up with something to help integrate you more that doesn't involve language, because as you know, that's one of the biggest difficulties. We can't do a poetry contest. So many of you don't speak Italian, and it just becomes confusing. And we hit on photography, and we just were really stunned by the participation. There's more than 100 students. We received more than 213 photos, even though we started this year very late in the season. We recognize that. It was just a few weeks ago that we were able to get going with this. We'll improve as we go on with the years. The mission of our association is very simple. The mission of the Tuscan American Association is to build bridges of friendship, bridges of communication and of relationships between Tuscany and the United States of America. And we think that this photography competition is really a perfect way of doing that. Photography has its own language, which is universal. And so it allows you to participate not just in a local activity, but it's also an opportunity to express gratitude by giving something back to the community. All of the participants have signed a waiver form that allows one copy of their photograph to be, okay. Here there's a loop with the photos that were submitted, sorry, so we'll get that running. But everybody agreed to have one copy of their photograph remain with us, the one that's printed and that's here, and that we can dispose of at a lottery or whatever. The proceeds, or an auction, the proceeds of that go to a specific project that we'll talk about later on behalf of the Florence Committee of the Italian Red Cross, which not only organizes ambulance and emergency medical services, but also provides housing and assistance to those in need. So everyone who participated in this photography competition can feel proud that they've given something back very, very concrete to the city of Florence by being involved with this. And I would also repeat the names of the members of the jury. Leonardo Caponetti, who is our president, Marco Garbugiani, Giuseppe Cabras, Giuseppina Naso, Umberto Vicentini, and the Dottoressa Maria Antonietta Esposito, who's here next to me. Now what I'd like to do is I would like to call Leonardo Caponetti as president of the jury so that he can explain the criteria that were used in selecting these photos. It wasn't just a random, as you can imagine, it wasn't just a random selection of saying, oh, we like this. There were criteria and they were adhered to. They were reviewed by a panel. All of these people are photographers. Some of them are professional photographers with local newspapers, and Giuseppina is a professional photographer. And so it's very important. We have architect, Dr. Esposito is an architect. There's certain specific criteria. So I'm going to turn this over now to Leonardo. Okay? See, after.
Hello. I am Leonardo. I think that that is the one person that wrote to all of you if something was missing the title or deliberatoria and so on. First of all, I would like to say you that all of you, in my opinion, are the winners of this contest. Of course, there will be the winners and also 6 honorable mentions. But for me, all of you, present and not present, are the winners of this contest. Choosing with my colleague, one is Giuseppe, one is Umberto, and Giuseppina. There's one is the photographer that is among you. And Marco Gabugiani, that unfortunately is not here, judged with 3 kinds of criteria. So the first of all is the technique. The second is the title and to be in topic with the title and the originality of the photographs. That is the main criteria that we followed judging you. It was a very difficult decision, as I told before, because all of you made passions in the pictures and the photos that you took, and we were very pleasant to receive all of these photographs. This is the second contest. Last one, we had the first one, and we organized all in this book, in this red book, that now is red. Next summer will be probably green or blue and so on, with all the photographs selected for the first contest. Next year, probably, I'm sure, we'll have another book like this with all of your photographs. Now I think that I have only to name all of the people, all the photographers that are mentioned. I give my microphone, the microphone to architect Maria Antonietta.
Thank you, Leonardo. Thank you for having me in this amazing, really, I say something that I feel from heart, because I was enchanted by Florence, coming from center of Italy to study here. And the first thing that I was acting was photography. So I have a great passion for photography. I'm not a professional, of course. So I have to congratulate all these guys and girls that are so passionate with this media. That looks ancient. It is not. It's a very, as you said, a very important universal language. This is art. And this is also the best way to know a place, for us to understand how do you perceive this environment that is so complex, so rich of symbols. So thank you for the competition, for applying, and thank you for your effort and your beautiful pictures.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, Leonardo, if we somehow stand next to each other. If you come over here, we're going to begin by calling the honorable mentions, and Leonardo will give them. Our first honorable mention, yes, there's no, all of the honorable mentions are the same level. They were all superb. It was very difficult to choose.
Of course.
Okay.
The first is Grant Sigilski with Che Meraviglia.
If you want, you can take the microphone and say a word if you'd like to. All right. Well then, what school are you from?
Accent.
Accent. Okay. Very good. Take a photo.
Okay. The second one is Becca Duggar, Learning the Italian Way.
Thank you so much for participating. And what school are you with? Harding University. Yes. Okay. Well, thank you very much for participating. This is a wonderful memory, and you're doing something good as well here. Thank you.
The third one is Ryan Ketterer. La storia e il futuro.
La storia e il futuro 2024. Because that was with your child. Thank you so much for participating in this.
The fourth one is Lina Groner David, Reflection of Styles.
Sure. One moment while we put your picture up. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Okay, the fifth honorable mention is Marcus Vidauri, La mano che edifica. We'll give you the award, and you can tell him that he got a huge applaud. What school is he with? Very good, UCLA. Okay. Thank you. We'll take a picture with you, even so that you'll have a memory. What it is by not being here. That's all. And then we have the sixth honorable mention, Mia Walker, Illusioni Ottica. Okay. Now we're going to go to, because we have a third place recipient of this contest, Natalia Eliza Gutierrez, Through My Lens. Brava, Natalia. Thank you. Big applause. I had a chance to chat with Natalia Primus. I know she goes to Accent. Okay, our second place award winner, Haley Acosta, Grids. have something that was special for us. As part of the Tuscan American Association, every year we host an award ceremony in the Salone del Cinquecento of Palazzo Vecchio, where we honor an American and an Italian who have done something to really further those bonds of friendships that we spoke about at the beginning. And this year, our award ceremony was held on October 25th, and we had the opportunity to meet an amazing man whose name is James Heyman. James Heyman is probably known to you because he's a TV and a film director, and his wife is the actress Annie Potts, anyone who's seen Young Sheldon. He's won awards, the Golden Globe for Ugly Betty. He's done pilot shows for NCIS, for so many things. But he started his career as a photojournalist, and we met him when we sponsored an art show a year ago. And he came, and he had just magnificent photos in black and white. This is James Heyman, who stayed for our award ceremony in October. He was scheduled actually to go back to the States. But James said that he didn't want to be honored for his work as a TV producer. He wanted to be honored for his work for a foundation that he set up, and another foundation that his wife set up in the United States to combat homelessness. And I wanted to just see if we had, yes. His philanthropic work is through the All Are One Fund that he co-founded, and the charity Hearts Channel, founded by his wife, Annie Potts. And so he wanted to be known for that. Because of that, we decided that the proceeds of the first lottery that we had with the photographs from the first Tuscan American photography competition would go to the Florence chapter of the Italian Red Cross, and it is directed towards their homelessness project. So that's where those funds are going, and the second as well. James Heyman, very graciously, he's back in Hollywood, he's busy, but he agreed to look at all 213 photos that were submitted, and he selected a photo that he felt was entitled to the James Heyman Photography Award of Merit. And that photo goes to...
And I want to...
And Leonardo has insisted.
Okay. I would like to read you what he said, and he wrote. Finally, I'll give you the name of the picture. I think that this photo meets all the three criteria that you asked me: technique, title, and originality. The tile street, the woman expression, the single man walking, and of course, the reflection of the tiles in the glasses come together to form a photo that looks Florentine, but at the same time asks a question about who is behind the glasses. So I think that you understood that the photo is Optical Illusion of Mia Volker.
His, again, he's really was a renowned photojournalist. And he started one of his, for example, he was the journalist, the photographer for the first Brzezinski conference at the White House years ago. I mean, was very, very involved. So he's a professional in photography. It's not just and he chose your picture. So a round of applause for Mia, veramente. No. We sort of, this is the director, Giuseppe De Luca of the Department of Architecture, which has so graciously given us even the space there to show these photos, and he'd like to say 2 words to you.
Thank you very much. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to Florence. Welcome to this palace. I think it's a very beautiful palace here. Was born as a monastery. In the 80s was a prison, and at the 90s, from 90s, it was the place for the university. But I think it's very beautiful from here because you can see the roof of the city. And welcome. Thank you very much for this presentation, for this time. Che dire, va bene? Thank you very, very much. I am here.
Grazie. Grazie. Now we thank you for coming, and you can see all of the photos that are exhibited in the other room if you haven't had a chance yet to see them. We really down the hall. There's a large space, and that you can see them. So thank you all so much for your participation.
Thank you. Congratulations, all people, and goodbye to next year for the third edition of competition photography. Okay, bye.